to donate $1 million to Trump's inaugural committee through 4 different companies, and then he wanted to become an ambassador.
I'm very excited about being President Trump's selection to be the United States ambassador to the European Union. The team at the USEU is second to none.
Just released a transcript of President Trump's July 25th phone call with Ukraine's president.
In that call, the president asked for an investigation of Democratic presidential hopeful Joe Biden and his son Hunter, who used to be a director of a Ukrainian oil company. A whistleblower report related to that phone call led House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to open a formal impeachment inquiry.
Sondland speaking to a Ukrainian news outlet. This is in July. And it's one day after Donald Trump's now infamous call with Zelensky that Sondland was so integral and involved with. And look at what he says here.
With me is U.S. Ambassador to the EU, Gordon Sondland. He's going to talk with me about how often he visits Kyiv, what he likes to do here, and who he spoke with today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Carrie. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I had a wonderful hour-long meeting with President Zelensky that followed on the heels of his telephone call yesterday with President Trump.
Did he give you insight on what they spoke about?
Absolutely. I actually spoke with President Trump just a few minutes before he placed the call. And not only did the president call to congratulate President Zelensky, but also to begin the collaboration of charting the pathway forward with the U.S.'s support of Ukraine.
Secretary Perry, Ambassador Volker, and I worked with Mr. Rudy Giuliani on Ukraine matters at the express direction of the President of the United States. So we followed the President's orders. As I testified previously, Mr. Giuliani's requests were a quid pro quo. Mr. Giuliani demanded that Ukraine make a public statement announcing the investigations of the 2016 election DNC server and Burisma.
The thing I asked about Joe Biden is to get to the bottom of how it was that Lutsenko, who was appointed, dismissed the case against Antak.
So you did ask Ukraine to look into Joe Biden?
Of course I did.
And we knew these investigations were important to the president. I was adamantly opposed to any suspension of aid. I was adamantly opposed to any suspension of aid. As Mr. Giuliani was expressing the desires of the President of the United States.
I have no idea what precipitated the delay, but I was among those advocating that we needed to stick with our Ukrainian friends. I was not given an explanation. I'm not sure why the delay.
That the resumption of security aid would not occur until there was a public statement from Ukraine committing to the investigations of the 2016 elections and Burisma. Was there a quid pro quo? As I testified previously, with regard to the requested White House call and the White House meeting, the answer is yes.
Our ambassador to the European Union, Gordon Sondland. Thank you, Gordon. Where is he? Great job. Good.
Let me just tell you, I hardly know the gentleman.